How does it feel is one way by which to measure a movie. But if you've seen A Complete Unknown, the Bob Dylan biopic that opened on Christmas Day, you may have left the theater singing to yourself, to the tune of Like a Rolling Stone. How much is real? The short response is a lot. But the long answer involves acknowledging director James Mangold's film taking liberties in terms of a condensation of timelines, the conjoining of separate incidents, fictional character names in a couple of cases, and moments of sheer imagination and fictionalization. It's certainly possible to enjoy A Complete Unknown without stressing too much over which parts are fact and which are fanciful. But for those who want to take a deep dive into how much the movie aligns with the known historical record, we looked to several Dylan experts to help sort it out. Our primary guide is Elijah Wald, who literally wrote the book on the subject, as in the 2015 book that was optioned and gets a based on credit at the beginning of the film, Dylan Goes Electric. Newport, Seeger, Dylan, and the Night That Split the 60s. He's very high on the film, even though he's independent enough from it to point out areas where the screenplay deviated from his source material. We also talked with David Brown, author of the recently released Talkin' Greenwich Village, The Heady Rise and Slow Fall of America's Bohemian Music Capital, who is similarly a fan of the film, even if it sketches the folk scene in shorthand. Finally, we discussed it with Ian Grant, a Dylan buff who is the co-host of two Dylan-centric podcasts, Joker Menge and Never Ending Stories, the latter of which last week featured a heated discussion of the movie's accuracy. Mangold recently told Variety that the film is not a Wikipedia entry, and he didn't feel a fealty to a documentary level of facts, but also pointed out that, besides relying on Wald's book and other historical source material, he based his version of the script, co-written with Jay Cox, on many hours he spent personally talking with Dylan. In any case, many of those who've been in Dylan's orbit over the years have given it high marks. Kevin Odegaard, who played guitar on Blood on the Tracks, wrote, "We loved every minute." Critics who pick apart the imaginative world of composite characters and compacted historical footnotes are the dogs who caught the car. They miss the emotional punch of James Mangold's poignant Hollywood movie. And Ronee Blakely, a veteran of the Rolling Thunder Review tour, wrote, "I am happy for Bob to be so carefully portrayed that his legacy stirs excitement today just as it did then, his magic and greatness self-evident and timeless." And we get a glimpse of what it cost him. Timothee Chalamet deserves an award, as does the picture.